number 4, all right? So you're coming to an all-fours position. Core is pulled up or pressing away. You're gonna just lift your opposite leg and your opposite arm. Switching. Inhaling, make sure your arm comes all the way up to your ear. Make sure it's not down here, all the way up. Your hips are square down to the floor. You're just thinking about your opposite obliques, your glutes firing long. Good, hold this last one up. And give me some bird dogs. Long, long, long. Use your breath to pull the leg in. Press through your palm and your knee and your shin for balance. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, really feel the glute fire up, right, from the resistance band. If it is sliding, which it tends to do, I don't have the no grip ones, the no slip, you can put your knee on it. That might help a little bit more. See how my knee is locking it down? All right, 4 more here. 4. Resist, resist, and then control the in, yeah? Don't let your legs snap back. 2. And 1. Hold it long. Reach, pull, and pull the body long, long, long. Good. Other side, all right? You can still do this without any weight or any equipment. You can do this with your own body weight. In, out. Pushing through the floor, trying not to wobble, being as sturdy and stable as possible. Reach. Make sure your arm is all the way up to where your ear is. Yeah, it's not down here. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach long, long, longer, and come out of it. All right, core's fired up just a little bit. Our glutes are being fired up just a little bit. I want to start with some glute bridges next, okay? So take that resistance band, it's above the knees. All right, you should feel tension on the band at all times. So if your legs are like this, knees are inwards, there's no resistance or pull, right? You have to make sure that there's enough openness that you feel tension so you can fire up when we need to fire up. All right, rolling through the spine, palms are on the floor. Pull your feet close to your glutes. Your feet shouldn't be up here. Walk them in. Use your feet to press through the floor, picking up just your tailbone first. So take a nice inhale. Exhale, close the ribs. Press the floor away into the lower back. No space. Inhale, now keep the ribcage closed as you inhale. All right, palms on the floor. Dig the heels down to the floor and press just the tailbone up, just up to the ribcage and roll it back down, starting from here to the tailbone. Press, lift, and down. We're just creating space in the spine, yeah? And activating through our glutes. Give me 8. 8. 7. Now at the top, you're gonna take it up and then add a little out and come back down. Up, out. Just a little bit of that fire up on the outside of the glutes. Yes? All right, make sure that there's tension all the time, that the legs don't just snap back, all right? Down, lift, open, squeeze, contract. Make it nice and smooth, no snapping. Hold it at the top. I want you to take it out to a pulse, but again, don't let the legs snap back in. So again, if you don't have resistance right now, just think out and hold it out. Out, out. You really want to fire up the outer glutes. 8 more. 8, 6, 4, 3, back to singles to finish it out. We go down, lift, squeeze. Down, lift, squeeze. Really use the glutes here. 4 more. 3, go 2, and 1. Hold it up. Arms float over shoulders. Arms float overhead. Roll it all down. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll it on up. All right, so we've activated our core a little bit and our glutes a little bit. How are we feeling? We're gonna move on to some standing leg stuff. Hi guys, hello, hello. Hello everybody. Okay, here we go. Narrow squat, into a squat, into a narrow squat, into a squat, all right? So keeping tension, right? On the legs, make sure your knees aren't buckling together like this. Press into the band at all times. So I'm just gonna take a step wide. I'm gonna close my legs, not to where they're touching and my knees are buckling, just a little bit, to right back out to our narrow squat. Good. Now, another thing, if I'm going from the side, make sure my knees aren't forward like this, right? I want the weight to be backwards, where your knees are almost right over your ankles. So we go out, to come in, to come out, down, out, down. Good. Give me 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Remember to sit backwards. 5, you're just touching right to left. These side glutes are pressing out. So from the front, it looks like this. Good. Hold it down to a squat. I want you to use your arms as you squat. Lift. Down. Make sure the arms come all the way up to the ears. Using the back to lift. Keeping tension on the band at all times. Go long. And stretch. 2. Whoa. Yeah, see I went backwards there because my weight is really going long. Backwards. Hold it here. Focus on your breath. Go in. Close that ribcage. Exhale. Give me 8 squeezes outwards. Don't let those legs snap back in. Hold it for 8. Go 1 inch deeper. And come up. So our quads, our hams, and our glutes should all be on fire right now. Cool. How are we doing? If you're doing this with body weight, are you feeling it? Let me know if you're feeling it. Remember, keeping the knees over the ankles, super, super important. All right, guys. Good. Yes, I love it. Okay. Keep that band on. And now we're gonna fire up the side glutes, okay? So just a squat, nice and slow. If you want to touch lightly on something, grab a foam roller, touch a wall, whatever you need. But just try not to put too much weight in it, okay? So we're just gonna go down to a squat. I'm not gonna do it with that, but so you're just gonna do a nice squat. Make sure your knees aren't buckling in, you're pressing outwards. And then you're just gonna come to a straight standing leg, lifting from the side, back down, lift. Keeping tension, press. This side glute should really be squeezing it on fire. All right, from the side, it looks like this. Think about your spine and your hips, supporting leg. Breathing, you use your arms, right? Really resist the air, press, stack everything on that supporting side. Now we're gonna go to the back. Let's just do it from a standing. You can bend your supporting leg if you want to, but just try not to arch and open up the rib cage. Try to keep everything closed and engaged, right? So from the crown of my head, through my body, think about closing the rib cage together. This is my rib cage, right? I want it to be locked in, like this. The ribs almost touching. So from here, lift. My dancers, don't think about pointing your toe and gripping your leg too much. Isolate it, so that means your legs might be bent. That's okay, we're really trying to isolate that one muscle area. Lower abdominals engaged, so we have a nice long back. Just think like a really mini arabesque. Sending the weight down to the supporting leg. Hold it up. Start to give me lifts upwards. Don't let the leg drop. Think up. Really firing up the whole meaty part of the booty. Remember, if you need to touch something, you can. We have circles. With your big toe, draw circles up and around. Keep tension on the band. Reverse, up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Squeeze it out. Shake it out. Stand up nice and tall. You should be burning, okay? So same thing, other side. Squat to a lateral lift. Stand, whoa, engage my core, stack everything on the supporting side. And then we have our standing glute max activation, okay? With little lifts at the top and then circles. Super simple. Remember, you feel like what yes, good. Yes, I love that emoji. If you don't have a band, it's okay. You can still participate. Just think about creating your own resistance. So without my band, if I was doing it with body weight, ooh, it's gonna feel, once you take that band off, your legs are gonna feel like loopy. But we're really strengthening our powerhouse as dancers, our booty, all of this, our lower core, powerhouse. You want bigger jumps, higher jumps? Get down to that floor, push, yeah? So, without my band, without letting my knees do this, or this, they're gonna go right over my ankles. I'm gonna stand. Woo. Once I find my balance, I'm not just gonna stand here, I'm gonna continue to lift and create that resistance on my own. Till I feel it, right? So you don't need that band, you just have to create your own resistance. It's a concept that once you really start to know your body, you're like, okay, I can control myself. I create resistance through my arms, through my legs, all that fun stuff. Cool, let's do the other side. Put that band back on, or no band. I need more music. All right, other side, here we go, guys. Squat, lift, squat. Lateral leg lift. So there's tension on it the whole time. Get the weight backwards, like you're trying to touch a toilet you don't want to sit on. So from the side view, it's down. Stack everything. Take that arch out. Stack and squeeze more. This shirt is deceiving. Let's get it 4 more. 3. Really be in tune with the body. Feel it, stack it. 2. And 1. Alright, sink it to the back. Hips are down. Remember, dancers, it's not about how much you point your toe or grip your leg. You have to bend your legs to really activate. Take that arch out, zip up the core. Rib cage together. Down. Just to where we feel this activate. Down. If you have to grab your booty, go ahead and do it. That helps you make that mind-body connection. Your standing leg will also feel it. It was just the working leg, right? 4 more. From the crown of the head, really try to make a long diagonal line. Create that tension, feel the burn. Hold this last one up, circles up and around. Sorry, we have lifts, directly up. Weight down to the floor. 8, 7, 6. Circles up and around, go up. Then up. With the big toe, tiny quarter circles. Really small, reverse. Woo! Yeah. If you're not screaming like that when you're done, we're not doing it right. Ooh, all right, take that band off. Your legs are gonna feel super wobbly, be careful. Those glutes are super fired up. If you're doing it with this body weight, you're gonna have more stability, better balance. Woo, yes, key. Okay guys, last part of this heart rate spike. Lunge, passe, lunge, push, jump. Lunge, balance, passe, lunge, lunge, push, jump, all right? 8 on each leg. Hold your core. Our booty is tired, our legs are tired, but we have to hold ourselves. If we don't hold ourselves and put all of the weight where it is, we're gonna hurt ourselves. Longevity in our careers, we don't wanna injure ourselves. Take care of your body. Hold your core. Be a little lunge. Passe. Or high knee, lunge. Other side. Even though we're doing the same side. Lunge. Push, jump, land. Other side, lunge. Passe, stack everything. Lunge, push. Other side. We have lunge. Passe, or high knee. Just thinking about that supporting leg. Down to the floor, all the energy, push. Go, push. Yeah, other side. 2 more side. Lunge. Passe. Work on that core, pulling the knee up. Push. One more each side. Push, core lifts. Push down. Other side. You create that force, right? Create that force. Go down, push. Nice. Shake it out. That was our power heavy legs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Get some water. Shoulders and back with a band are next. Yes, resistance bands are awesome. Do you guys have any questions for me? How's everyone's morning going? Heart rate's up. I want you to control the breath. In counts for 4. Exhale through the core. Again, inhale. That's where the endurance comes from, is the control of that heart rate, right? You control your breath. Especially with what, I'm absolutely no doctor, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I believe that especially with this being a respiratory problem, having control over your lungs and building strength in them instead of just holding and then huffing and puffing, I think it's really important to be able to control the inhale and making sure we get all of the exhale out. There's way more air that we don't exhale and we hold on to. Yay, Naja, I love that you're with me every morning. It means a lot. This has helped me connect with so many people who aren't able to come to take my class in Atlanta. Missing XL Studios so much, missing my jazz class and all my students. Luckily, I've been able to do this every morning with you guys. And then I have my one-on-one private with some clients, and it's just been so beautiful to see everybody and how we've made a community out of this time. So yeah, cool. Next thing we're gonna focus on is our upper back and our shoulders, especially being a professional dancer, being a rockette and doing 17 shows a week with no recovery or rest, you sustain, some wear and tear to the body. So it's really important to strengthen certain areas and to listen to the body and rest when you should. So we have all these muscle groups. We have these like little muscles that do a lot of stabilization, which we don't really get to focus on. So Therabands are great for stabilization, which is like the first basic part of like therapy or strengthening or anything. So we need to sit up nice and tall. Put your feet put the band on the arches of your feet. Sit up nice and tall. You should feel both sits bones. Yeah, and you're gonna have your elbows into the waistline. So the elbows are not here, they're just in at 90 degrees at your elbow. The wrist is in line. You have tension to start. All right, so we're not just like at the end with like bent elbows. I mean with like straight, you know, like you have to have alignment, some tension. We're just gonna go into some rows. So I like to put my wrists down and then palms to the sky as I pull. I want you to focus on your shoulder blades pinching those pencil together, and then even as you go forward, keep that pencil still there. Don't let those shoulder blades open back up, right? So squeeze, but what we're not doing is just arching, okay? So we're trying to keep that ribcage closed. And how far can we get those elbows back? Keeping them there as we extend and pulling right back. Give me 12 pulls. Think about opening the chest every time you pull the elbows back. Controlling. We're gonna do the same thing standing, so I just wanted to give you the basics behind that. Okay? So go ahead and stand on your Theraband. All right? From here, same idea, you're pulling those elbows along the rib cage. Keeping them as tight to the body as possible. Make sure equal weight in both arms. One elbow's not going higher than the other, right? Long neck, long spine, core plugged in and engaged. Weight through the heels. Pull. Lengthen long. If you do not have the resistance band, you can do this with weights, you can do this with cans, you can do this with anything, but you're just pulling that weight close to the body, activating the scabs, pinching the shoulders together. Good. 4 more here. Go 4. Go 3. Go 2. And go 1. Nice work, guys. Roll the shoulders up. Go ahead. Same thing, standing. Not the same thing, but have some tension on it. Not too much tension where it's tight completely. Where you can be able to pull it out a little bit, yeah? Okay, so we're gonna do a double arm pull, meaning we're gonna use, I'm gonna show you from my back. Watch how I ignite my shoulders. And instead of just letting it snap back, right? Instead of letting it do that, I'm going to resist the in. And keeping the shoulders engaged as you open back up. Let the shoulders do the work in the back. And then control the in, keep the shoulder blades engaged. These are just called pull aparts, band and pull aparts. Let's do 8 of them. Go 8. Really wide chest. Make sure that we're not splaying the rib cage as we open. Keep everything nice and tight. Control the in. The back. Posterior deltoid. So right back here, underneath the armpit, your lats and your shoulder blade. Think about all of that activating, lock it in place first. Let your core actually help you open your arms. Exhale, engage the core. Oh. You can do this with weights, just holding the weights and just opening to the side lateral T and coming right back to a front lateral. Or a front raise. Remember the back of the shoulder, clavicles wide, chest wide. 2 more. Go 2. You got it, you guys are strong. 1. I don't want you to be using your neck or your the tops of your traps, really underneath the armpit area. Firing all that up. How are we feeling? Are we feeling this? Hello, give me a thumbs up if you are still with me. You can see the sweat on my face. Super sweaty. So again, I'm just using my dance experience to help with this fitness, but if you are not a dancer, that is okay. You're still gonna get a long body. You're still gonna be very aware of your body and how to make it longer and stronger and all that fun stuff. Love all the thumbs up, yay. Are you guys feeling it in your back, even if you're just doing arms? without anything. If you're doing body weight, are you feeling it? Definitely feel it. Great. Okay, so we're gonna do some first, second, fifth, first, second, fifth, port de bras up, and then reverse, fifth, second, first, with a band, and then without a band. So, if you have a long Theraband, put it underneath your armpits like so. Okay? Then wrap it around your forearms like so and give it a tug. All right, you should be able to hold your arms out in a second. And back it up. All right? You're not trying to straighten your arms, right? You have a nice bend of the elbow. All right? You should be able to, I want you to move your arms with your back, everything that we just worked on. From the side view, make sure that when your arms go overhead, this does not happen. Right? Yes, we want to keep our arms in our lateral plane by our ears, but we want to keep the ribcage closed as we go overhead and press our shoulders down into place, resisting down to first, and then pulling the shoulder blades together to open to second. Repeat, up and over. Keep the ribcage closed. You can do this standing as well. Just make sure you're not arching as you go overhead. Pull the shoulders together to open the arms. 2 more times. Up overhead. Press those shoulders down. Your arms should not be up here. Press those shoulders down. 1 more. Up and over. Press those shoulders down. Resist to first. Ooh, that feels so good. Let's reverse. First. Underneath your armpits. I want you to ignite this. Take your arms up overhead. If you have no band, that's okay. This should be burning. Pull down to second. Again, first to fifth. Make sure we're not arching. It's not this. Close that ribcage. Arms are not here. Arms are up by our ears. Down to second. 2 more. First. Up to fifth. Down to second. Resist, resist. 1 more. Ooh. This is how our muscles are aligned in our bodies. The way we're holding this band right now, how it's twisted around us. Woo! That's how our muscles are attached. So that's how we have to think about igniting our bodies. I hope that was educational. I hope that you feel that in your bodies, where I want you to be working from. Sorry guys, I'll put you back up here. Is down in here. This, pressing, so not arching, closing that rib cage, pushing down and back, and really igniting all of this. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. First, fifth, second, reverse port de bras without the band now. It's okay if you already did it without the band. Focus again. I don't care how you're standing, just focus on the hips up. Make sure that we have a nice plie. First, pull those arms, resist. To second. Resist, up and over, press those shoulders down. Make sure the ribcage stays closed, we're not arching. Pull the arms in that lateral plane. Resist to first, pull open. Fifth. First. Pull, second. Overhead, go fifth. Pull down, resist first. Reverse, take it up, up. Pull it down, resist, 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 present and close, long. Take the arms, the back, the shoulders, all do the work. 1 more, make sure the ribcage stays closed. All right, good work guys. Roll out those shoulders for me, up and over, up. Take it forward. So the shoulder socket is just like the hip socket. Last week and earlier yesterday, we have been working a lot on the concept of pulling the knees backwards to ignite the side glute back area. So the hip socket and the femur. So the same thing with the shoulder socket. So external rotation in the arms is also a thing. So same thing that we were doing on the floor earlier with our elbows into the waistline. We're going to grab, this time have a little bit of give, but not too much, all right? So we're gonna start, make sure your forearm is parallel to the floor, your wrists are not bent, and it's 20, not doing this, keeping those wrists nice and in line with the body, keeping the clavicles nice and open, squeezing the shoulder blades, pulling, and resisting, not snapping back to first, or back to neutral, pull. So what we're trying to fire is that same area. That's the theme of today, this back and push those shoulders down. You don't know how many times I'm seeing dancers, I judge dance competitions as well, lifting their arms up and everything just opens and arms are overhead and there's no press down and resistance and hold, right? And that's what we have to think about. Our arms are just as important as our legs, and I think we forget about our arms, especially as dancers, focusing on the lower half returns and leaps and all that stuff. So give me 12 of these external rotations. Here we go, take it out, go out. In, just to where you feel it, give and pull, right, back out. Keeping tension in that back shoulder area. Keeping the ribcage closed. 8 more, go 8. Go 7. We're really creating that turnout from the shoulders like you turn out in the hips. Making sure each arm gives equal pull and equal give. 4 more. 3. Go 2. And 1. All right, guys. Repeat that later if you want to get that extra burn. I'm gonna move on to our final part. We're gonna do some clams and some abdominals on the floor. So grab your medium resistance bands. We're gonna fire up the side glutes to finish off. I hope that this has been getting in your bodies a little deeper. If you don't have this stuff, you can get it from Target, you can get it from Amazon. I haven't been on Amazon, so I don't know what the delivery schedule's like, so let me know. But again, if you only have the long one, tie it in a knot to the size you need. Super easy. Make sure it gives some tension. Make sure it doesn't cut off your circulation. That would hurt your circulation. Okay, so I want to do one more heart rate spike before we call it a day on the mat. So, remember those little crab walks we were doing earlier? Pull apart, come back in, keeping tension, not letting the knees torque, keeping the knees right over the ankle from a side view. As we pull apart, pull apart, pull apart, squat, jump, go other side. Pull apart, make sure your weight is back towards the heels. I want you to get a lot of power, so go down, press, and squeeze the hips at the top. Down, press. Good, keep it up. We're gonna do 8 more each side. Out. You can do this without resistance too. Make sure you're breathing. I want you to exhale on the exertion. The exertion is the push. Ooh. 2 more. This hurts, guys. 1 more. Hit the mat. All right, so clammy clams. I'm gonna lay this way so you can see my head. All right, 90 degrees from your hip bone to your knee to your feet. If you're laying, remember, catch your breath. If you're laying, I want you to hold yourself. You're not just gonna collapse and, you know. Now, it's really easy to open what? The rib cage. Close it. Straight. So that feeling of plank should be happening in your torso right now. So you're holding here. Lift the leg. And just to where you feel tension, lift it right back up. So don't close it completely and let it flop. You want to activate, hold. Relax your feet, but get the heels off the floor. If you want more of a challenge, lift the legs off the floor. Make sure that this leg is really pulling out and creating tension. 4 more. 4, 3, go 2, squeezing the glutes. Find a pulse from here, lift. Lift, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, to your back. Remember the bridges that we started with? I want you to go right back to those. Up and down. Rolling through the spine. Add a lift to open on the top. Roll, lift, squeeze. Roll, lift, squeeze. Try not to let the band roll. You want it to be nice and flat. If it starts to roll, you might be too wide. 4 more, go 4, 3, 2, and 1, hold it up. Take that band, put it around your feet, yeah? We have our ab bike, so the same thing that we've done all week, but now we have this. So keeping your legs parallel over your hips. So there should always be, meaning there should always be tension on the what? The feet. So what I don't want to see, sorry for the view, but I don't want to see this switch with no tension, right? There always has to be tension. So I have to press kind of out and down. It really fires up the lower abdominals even more. Thinking about keeping the chest wide and rotating through here. From that, yes, it looks like your elbow is going to touch your opposite knee, but I don't want you to try to crunch and touch it, right? That's not the objective. The objective is to twist through the core. Okay? We're rotating. We're so close, guys. We're so close. Finishing your Tuesday super strong. All right? Just the legs to start. So go out. Press the palms out. When you're ready, find that twist. Pull that navel down to the floor. Chest up into the sky. Twist. Go twist. I want 8 slow. Starting now. Nice and easy on the legs. Try not to let the band snap. Hug those knees in. Other side with our clamp. We're so close. Ooh, I look crazy. All right, remember, we're laying down. 90 degrees from the hip to the knee, knee to the feet. We're not arching our back. Ooh, sorry. Bring this up to your thighs. All right? We're holding ourselves. Our back is not arched. We're closed in, engaging the core. All right, from here, start to lift the legs. Knees down, toes up. All the way till you feel that pull, and then halfway. All the way back up. I like to take my hand and actually like to feel the muscle engage. Relax your feet if you can. I know dancers, you're like, ew, it's sickled. But I really want you to put all the focus on that glute. Squeeze. 4 more. Go 4. Knees down, toes up. 3. Core engage. 2. 1, hold it up, give me a pulse, a micro pulse from this top leg, squeeze. wrapping the leg to that back wall. Give me 4, go 3, 2, and 1. Good guys, ending with our bridges. I want you to one leg in the air, equal weight between leg, hand, and hand. All right, hips are even. Focusing on the lifted leg, not letting that hip wobble, keeping it nice and even. Let this leg do the work. Press through the floor. Press through the floor. Fire up that hamstring. Hold it up. Give me lifts. Go 8, 7. Push down through the heel. Up through the glute. 8 more. Go 8. Keep the hips up. 4, 3, 2. Drop. Down and lift. Keep those hips nice and even. Legs are bent. Roll through the spine. Down and press. Down. Peel, press. 4, 3, 2. Fire up that hamstring. Hold it up. Give me some pulses. Go. 8, 7. Try not to drop any lower. Go 4, 3, go 2. Hug the knees into the chest. Taking off the band. Nice and long, stretch out the body. Exhale, roll through. Nice long flat back, grab the feet. Pedal the feet into the hands. Rolling it back, one vertebrae at a time. Contracting the spine into the floor. Head and neck and head are the very last. One more, start with the arms, the head, the upper, the middle, the lower, round. Scoop, flat back, pedal. Breathe and let everything go. Start to roll, contract. Tailbone is first. Lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, head. One more, starting with the arms, head, neck, round into the chest. Pull the feet towards your face as your body goes down towards the legs. Exhale. Sit up nice and tall. One leg over the other. If it's up here, that's okay. Think about pressing it down. Equal weight between both sits bones. Hips are even, arms overhead. Not arching, closing the cage, arms come overhead. Press those shoulders down. Hinge forward. Till you feel a stretch in that glute. Twist towards your knee that is lifted. Folding over even further, getting that stretch in the glute. Other side. Arm up and over. Keep the opposite hip long. Rounding forward. Forearm places down. Keep that hip long, long. Other side. Switch the legs. Sit up nice and tall. Arms come overhead. Press those shoulders down and start to hinge forward. Flat back. Twist towards the leg. Yeah, resistance bands are some of my favorite things. Really try to invest in some. They're not too expensive. If you want some Therabands, I know you can get like a huge roll. You don't need a huge roll if it's just you. You can get a huge roll and like cut them to different sizes, but up and over. You guys, oh, sorry, forward. Use your breath. Roll, clasp the hands together. So what I see all the time are the fingers together and the palms apart. Make sure you clasp those palms together. Pull that rib cage. Good. Release the neck. Don't do the movement from the neck. Let the head be heavy. Nice long breaths, getting into our bodies. Focusing on all the good that we did today. Sit up nice and tall. Think about how you're feeling right now. Give yourself a nice little scan from the crown of your head. Fill the lungs with air. Open, exhale, fog and mirror. Release. Inhale again, up through the ribs. Open, 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 open. Collecting all the positivity. Fog that mirror. Lift the arms overhead, keeping the shoulders down. The armpits activated, the ribcage closed. That was an awesome, awesome workout, guys. I feel very into my body. I hope you guys do too. How are we doing? Oh, I love Therabands. So earlier I talked about an injury I have. I have